It all started yesterday with a market crash. Nonetheless, things seem to be completely backwards now. Shiba Inu is getting better, little by bit. In motion, there are around 6.5 trillion Shiba Inus. Analysts have decided to stop sending signals. In this community-wide effort, everyone is pulling together. In only one day, around 4.6 million of them vanish. A major development, though, is approaching. The president himself stopped the bleeding after stepping in. I need to know what's going on because new funds have been revealed. How is it going that everyone will understand this? What on earth am I talking about? Alright, let me explain it further. Your daily dose of Shiba Wealthy Coins is here. If you are interested in Shiba and want to learn more, you have come to the right place. Stay ahead of the curve in the cryptocurrency business and get the scoop on all the newest news predictions by subscribing. Hit that like button if you want to see more Shiba news stories. After their recent sharp drop, Shiba Inus are looking good for the rest of the day. Those keeping tabs can take heart in the fact that the price has started to rise again. An encouraging sign for what's to come is the fact that a solid recovery is already underway. A Twitter analyst really nailed the vibe when he posted, just as another Shiba Inu was about to fall. With this, I am prepared to soar to new heights. This sums up the present state of affairs quite well. Shiba Inu appears to be gearing up for yet another upward leap after the dip. As if we were witnessing the birth of something brand new. We might be in for some exciting moments ahead if this trend continues. This is the problem though. Interest is being piqued by more than just the price rebound. Astoundingly high figures are also available. Shiba Inu adoptions have been on the rise according to experts. In the last day, the price of Shiba Inu has climbed 4%. Things start to become interesting at this point. A whopping 553% increase has occurred in the influx of capital from large investors. This suggests that the major whale addresses where the cryptocurrency holdings of huge investors are kept are receiving a substantial quantity of money. According to data from Into the Block, the Shiba Inu inflows significantly increased, going from 1.27 trillion to 6.51 trillion. It appears that some big players are buying Shiba Inus, taking advantage of the present market downturn to invest before it goes back up. This is based on the surge in whale activity. This trend probably changed with the recent sell-off in digital currency markets. Shiba Inu-shaped caricature coins. Whales' sudden enthusiasm can be a sign that they are getting ready for the next rally. As a result, the next several days might be quite interesting for Shiba Inus, what with the increasing involvement of whales and the beginning of price recovery. But what is the real essence of the matter, you may be asking? Then why is this happening? How did the Shiba Inu manage to pull through such a miraculous recovery? After we take a step back and look at the bigger picture, it starts to make sense. It would appear that Bitcoin is doing something very similar as well. Furthermore, Bitcoin has pulled itself together and is climbing back up towards the $110,000 mark. This followed a precipitous fall in its price triggered by investor fear and uncertainty unleashed by Trump's tariff pronouncement. Because of the massive sell-off that fear caused, the market took a major hit. However, it seems like the downward pressure is easing and things are starting to settle down. The market seems to be calming down and finding its feet, just like the Shiba Inu and Bitcoin. Therefore, why has this recovery been placed? The market crash seems to have been halted, and there's good news about tariffs too. Actually, Trump's tariffs have been temporarily suspended, as was stated not long ago. An expert on Twitter recently tweeted a detailed analysis of the situation between Canada and Mexico, concluding that things are looking up. The president of Mexico announced the deployment of 10,000 national military to the border for battle following a fruitful meeting with Trump. This led to the temporary halt of the tariffs for 1 month. That steps are being taken toward a possible deal is very positive. The U.S. has delayed tariffs for 30 days due to a productive discussion between President Trump and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who informed Canada of this development. These updates are soothing the market, which may explain why Shiba Inu and Bitcoin are starting to make a comeback. Furthermore, it is not the end of it. Also, Trump has ordered the creation of a sovereign wealth fund which may one day hold Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. For the Bitcoin market, this deal is monumental. The value of Bitcoin quickly recovered after Trump's executive order to begin its execution, and it eventually surpassed the $110,000 mark. According to a White House news release, Trump has tasked the Treasury and Commerce departments with creating a plan for the fund over the next 3 months. The proposal will be developed by high-ranking government officials, including the Secretaries of Commerce and Treasury. Highlighted will be the fund's investing techniques, governance structure, and economic advantages. Improving America's economic competitiveness and securing a sustainable budget are the long-term goals. The fund might also reduce taxes for citizens, increase the country's international standing, and shore up the economy. How then does this matter for Shiba Inu? The fact that this sovereign asset fund may hold cryptocurrency suggests that digital money may soon gain mainstream acceptance. Given the Shiba Inu's growing popularity and practicality, it's possible that it could be included in a fund down the road. With more and more big players and investors looking to get in on the Shiba Inu action, the dog breed could soon become a player in the cryptocurrency market. Pay close attention to this because it could greatly affect the Shiba Inu's destiny. The Shiba Inu community's persistent efforts, especially about coin burning, are also playing a role in this revival. Specifically, the number of Shiba Inus sent to the crematory has been on the rise as of late. The community has achieved remarkable strides in reducing the circulating supply within the past 24 hours. More than 4.6 million Shiba Inu have been transferred to unspendable pockets due to the dramatic increase in the burn rate. As was mentioned in a tweet not long ago, when compared to the prior rate, this is a 5-fold rise. This type of fire activity is noteworthy because it reduces the overall supply of Shiba Inu, which could lead to increased rarity and a subsequent increase in value. The fact that Shiba Inus are starting to feel better is now totally understandable. Keep in mind that the crash we saw was just a bump in the road, a normal market ebb and flow. The Bitcoin market is rife with these kinds of swings, both up and down. Markets might be a little erratic at times, but right now everything is just the market settling back into its normal rhythm. It is a solid comeback, showing that Shiba Inu is still very much alive and kicking even though times are tough. The scenario is becoming quite interesting at this point. An analyst has raised the possibility that the most recent collapse was not completely organic. Their working theory was that the market was manipulated to cause panic and fear, which would have allowed bigger players to set themselves up for what happened next. This analyst speculates that the goal was to wipe out the market, sow fear, and then be ready for big bullish news to come. He went so far as to admit that he plans to share some major crypto-optimistic news this week, and that the recent price drop was part of his strategy to be ready for it. That's an interesting idea, and the market could see a big upswing if there's a big drop in the next several days. It seems certain at this point that the Shiba Inu will survive the recent tragedies. Actually, a lot of experts are saying that this could be a great chance to buy. Shiba Inu has a bright future ahead of them, and the outlook is still good for those that stick on for the long haul. An interesting forecast about the possible price of Shiba Inu after its market valuation hits a certain level was made by one analyst. According to the cryptocurrency fundamentals, Shiba Inu's price may skyrocket if it reached a market valuation of $150 billion. You can get a Shiba Inu for a little less money right now compared to last week and month. Nevertheless, a noteworthy occurrence would be a stock price increase of about 1/4 penny if the market valuation were to soar by more than 1,500%. Assuming the current supply of 589 trillion coins stays the same, this prediction stands. Looking at the bigger picture,